compiler concept is all about, right? So we need to have Java which needs to be installed in our machine to understand the code which we write, such that we'll be able to get the desired output. Okay, so what is the base concept of Java here? Whatever Java program we write, it will be converted into a class file, right? So let's see this practically how this works. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just see carefully here, team, and then I'll give time for you to practice. Okay, don't do parallelly along with me so that you will miss the flow. I would recommend you to just see what I'm doing. Then I'll definitely give time for you to practice in your machine so that you'll also get the hands on of it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I just created a folder. I'm just going to open. Uh, Let me put it in this way. I'm just going to create a new notepad over here. Okay, so in this notepad, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write a Java program. So in Java world, right? So everything goes with your keywords or special reserved words, I would say. Okay, so not only in Java, in every programming language, there will be some reserved keywords which has to be used for writing your programs. Only if you use these keywords, the compiler will understand, okay, this is what it is, and it performs appropriate action. Okay, so in Java world, the first important keyword is class. Okay, so what is the first important keyword? So the first important keyword is class. Every definition which you give, okay, let's say our batches itself is a class. Okay, so inside this class we'll be having different members, correct? So members in the sense we'll be having different students, we have tutors, right? So we have different set of students from different backgrounds. So let's consider our batch as a class, and let's take all these students as different methods. Okay, methods in the sense, say Kavya can have special capability, right? So Kavya can draw. So that is one method where Kavya can do. So in a similar way, Shailaja has her own capability. She can actually say for example, she can do some cursive writing or something like that. So that is her method or that is her capability. So in a similar way, in Java world also, we have to define everything inside one class, and we will write different methods to perform their own actions. Okay, so say I'm just going to write a class. I'll just give the class name like demo1. Okay, so once I define a class, I need to have a gate for it, right? I cannot just keep my class open. So I'll open the gate and I'll close the gate over here. Okay, so it's very simple, right? So I need to define the one important keyword called as class, and for that class I can have any name. I just kept it as demo1 for here. I can give any name over here. I can give Java training or whichever class name, I can define it over here. And I need to open and close the class, because whatever I do inside this class, it has to come inside this section. Okay, so this is the basic definition. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save this file. This is how it happens on real-time programming team. Okay, I'm going to save this file. I will just give this location over here, Control V. Okay, and this class name, what I'm going to do here is, see whatever class name I have given here, right? So I'm going to give the same name over here, and the extension what I'm going to give is .java. Only if you give it like .java, our compiler understand, okay, this is a Java program and I need to do something inside that. Okay, so all your programs or any programming language you take, for Java it will be like .java, for Python it will be like .py, right? So based upon your extension only, your compiler will understand, okay, this is a Java program or this is a Java program file and I need to do the appropriate actions inside that. Okay, so once I save this one, see, I'll be able to see my Java file is saved. And if you see the type over here, let me just move this cursor. Okay, if you see the type over here, it is showing Java file. Okay, so I can open this Java file with the help of editors, or I can even open this Java file with the help of my notepad as well. Okay, so this is my class and I have defined my class name over here. So what is the next important thing I was telling? So we need to have some methods, right? Like class cannot be empty. Class need to have some members inside that, and those members needs to has their own capabilities. They can do some actions, or they can do what I can say, they can return some value. Okay, I'm just talking few technical terms over here. You don't need to worry. So once we do the coding part of this, you'll understand. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here is, so for a class, there should be a main tutor which should be there, right? So a class cannot be empty. There should be a main tutor which should be there for the class. So who is the main tutor? Is in Java world or any program language, there will be a main method which takes care of all the members in the class. Okay, so how will I define my main method? Is there's a syntax for that. Okay, you don't need to worry about all these keywords. I'll explain about this. For now, you can just see the syntax of a main method. Okay, I'm just going to give public static void main of string args. Okay, don't ask me what is public static void main. I have a slide for that. I'll explain that in detail, and we'll see all these concepts in detail also. Okay, so now you understood what is a class and what is a main method. So for every class, there will be a main tutor which will be associated for the class. Okay, so now I have a class, I have this main method, and even for my main method, I need to have this restriction over here. So whatever I do inside that main method, it should be coming inside this restriction only. Okay, so now in the main method, what I'm going to do is just to see an output. The main method, any method has to do something, right? It has to return some value or it has to just print something for me. Okay, so to print something, what we will do is we'll just give system.out.println. Okay, this is another method which is used to just print any value in your console or your command prompt or anything. Okay, so I'll just give high. Okay, so now I have the class, I have the main method defined, and I had just gave a sysO statement as well. We basically call this a sysO statement. Okay, I'll explain you the shortcuts as well. You don't need to type it all the time. You can actually use shortcuts in Eclipse editor once you type this program. Okay, so now we have this main method defined. We have this class also defined for us. I've saved this program also. Now, how will I run it? Okay, so it is just a normal text or a notepad for me, right? I cannot run my program directly in a notepad. So how will I execute this program? It's pretty simple. I'm just going to close this notepad. I'm just going to open this complete folder in a command prompt. Okay, so we are not going to learn everything from command prompting. We are not going to do it from Notepad. We'll be doing it in our Eclipse editor. But just for our initial learning purpose, I just want to show one program to you how this basically works. Okay. So how will I run this program? Is I have to give Java C. There is a command called as Java C. It is called as Java compile. Okay. What I need to compile? I need to compile this program demo1.java. Java. Okay, if I give enter over here, it is telling Java C is not recognized. Why? Because my Java, I have installed it, but it is not set in my path. Okay, so what is your path variable is? Let me show that to you. Edit system environment variables. Okay, so what will happen is once you install any software, right? So you need to define it in your environment variables. So it will understand this is a Java program, but your compiler will not be able to execute it unless you set it up in your environment variables. All the softwares has to be set it up in your environment variables. Only then you can run it from anywhere in your machine. Okay, so that's why I mandatorily showed that error to you so that you'll understand why it is showing that command prompt. Okay, I mean why it is showing that error. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll go to our environment variables, and here there is an option called as path variable. Okay, so let me give edit over here. So let me go to C program files. So this is where your Java will be installed. Okay, so you need to give the exact location of where your Java is basically installed. Okay, so let me copy this. See, this is, you're able to see this Java C command over here, right? So this Java C command, since it is not set in my path, it is not able to understand where my Java C is basically installed. Okay, so I'll show that error one more time to you. Just give me 1 minute. take it Windows or take it Mac, you have to basically set this path correctly, team. Only if you set this path correctly, you will be able to get it run from your machine anywhere. Okay. So this is where I created, right? So I just open this command prompt again. If I just give Java C demo1.java, it is telling Java C is not recognized as a command or a batch file. Okay, so why it is telling us it's not able to understand where is Java installed. Okay, so let's set that path over here. I'll set the bin path as well as I'll set this path over here. Okay, copy. I will put this. Okay, now this is taken care, and let's check it in our environment variables also. Here also it is not set. Let's put this path slash bin. Okay, so inside our binary, this bin folder only, we'll be having this Java C. Okay, so now I'll just give OK, and I will give OK over here. Okay, so I'll close this one command prompt, and I'll try to open it one more time. cmd java c demo1.java. Now, if you see, it is taking some time. Okay, the compiler is taking some time. But did you observe anything newly over here? So initially, I was having only Java class file. I mean .java file over here, right? So once I run this command, my compiler is creating one more file which is called as .class. So this is what we have seen in our presentation as well. Okay, your Java code is converted into your class file, and this class file is what it will be executed based upon your operating system. Okay, that's why I mandatorily failed that step to make you understand how this basically works. Okay, your .java file is converted into your .class file, and now how will I run this? My compiler has converted into a class file now. So how will I run this one? It is pretty simple. You don't need to give any extension. You can just give Java demo1 and enter. So whatever we have given as a print statement over here, right? So let me open that and show it to you. Open with Notepad. So I have just given hi team over here, right? So that is what I'm able to see as an output in my command prompt. Okay, so this is how your Java program works in real time. Okay, so you need to have your Java file, and that Java file will be converted into your class file by your compiler, and once you execute it, this is how it basically works. Okay, so I'll just pause for a minute, and if there are any questions till now, you can let me know. I'll just observe or monitor the chat. Okay, that's a question. Okay, it has been posted by Vivek. Okay. So Vivek, by just to add one more line, by default, when you install Java, right, it goes and sits in your C drive. Okay, so basically it takes all the softwares which basically installed, right, goes and installs in your C drive. During installation, if you want to change the location, you can define it accordingly. But recommended thing is always make sure it is installed in your C drive. Okay. So any questions till now, team? I'll just give a minute time. So if you don't have Java in your machine, you can just copy this code, go to the online compiler, you can just paste this program over here, and if you just give execute, okay, it has its own. I think we have to make it public. So whatever we saw from our terminal, right? The same output I'm able to see it over here. Any questions still here? I know it's pretty basic and straightforward, but only if you understand what is happening in the background, right? So you will understand the other concepts in detail. So I'll just give 30 more seconds. Any questions till now? You can just post yes or no. That will be actually very helpful.